Now prepare for another shock. Most of you are familiar with that statement in the Quran in Surah 39, where God says He is holding the 7 universes within the fist of His hand. In Arabic, in the Quran, وَالسَّمَاوَاتُ مَطْوِيَّاتٌ بِيَمِينِهِ. God is not holding the 7 universes like this in 2 hands. God is holding the 7 universes in 1 hand. And this is allegorical description to give us an idea about the greatness of God and who God is. It's an allegorical idea to make us appreciate the greatness of God, and to make us appreciate and realize the blasphemy of saying that such great God has a human son on the tiny, tiny speck called the planet Earth. I mean, how can that be? We are a fortunate generation in that with the established scientific facts, we can appreciate the greatness of God. And God tells us who He is in His message to the world, the Quran. And with the sciences we now accomplished, we appreciate that greatness. And therefore, we can appreciate the grossness, the blasphemy of saying that God had a wife or a mother or a son. We can appreciate, we can realize how blasphemous, how terrible it is to say that God has a partner, another God with Him. How can we idolize Muhammad, the tiny human being who existed on a tiny planet called Earth, in a tiny solar system? What was Muhammad's role in deciding the speed of rotation of the moon, for example? The moon rotates around itself and around the Earth. Yet, we always see one side of the moon, the same side of the moon. Because of the perfect, synchronized movement of the moon around itself and around the Earth, we see only one side. And if that movement was off by 1 second, we will see the other side of the moon. This precision in God's creation. What was the role of Muhammad or Jesus or Mary or St. Francis in deciding that speed of rotation of the moon? This elaborate system, everything going in its orbit precisely. We know exactly what time the sun will rise in the year 2025, July 4th, 2025. We know exactly, in Tucson, Arizona, for example, we know exactly what time will the sun rise and from what spot. Because the sun follows God's laws, God's creation, and follows the exact orbit. God is holding the 7 universes in His hand. That's who God is.